Hi guys. All right, so really quick, God wanted me to share this, so I am. It's very simple. Okay. I want to describe the construct. I want you guys to understand what it's like. So many of you have not attended my Behind the Veil class, so you don't realize that how I describe 3D or why or what happened. So let me clarify. Let me explain why I am so 1000% sure this is how it works. Okay? For those of you that are new, for those of you that don't know me, if you don't understand the design, or why I'm an everyone is you pushed out expert, or why I can explain mirror consciousness, or any of these things, right? Let's clarify. Let me explain why I know what I know, because I know it, because I know it, because I know it. Because God himself, okay, showed me around our brain. Literally, I walked through a portal of a light figure named Jesus, okay? And I was explained that it doesn't matter. Could have been Krishna if I was Hindu, okay? But God himself showed me around how 3D was made. Showed me the Hall of Mirrors, showed me how we're the source perception, showed me how the 3D box was made. Okay? This is why I know what I know, because I know it. I don't question what God showed me. God showed me and chose me for a reason, right? So that I can explain it. So, this is why I know what I know. Okay? In case you don't know the story, I was jogging. I was doing my usual thing, transmuting light particles into words and telepathically doing what I do, okay? When the figure of Christ appeared before me, all right? When the figure of Christ appeared before me, it was like a portal. This is not the first time this has happened, okay? This is the state. This is actually described in the Bible. So I didn't know. Clearly, I'm not a Bible follower. So for me, this is a shock to my system. But the point being that God showed me around. God showed me around, taught me how 3D was made. I was gone for 2.5 hours. It felt like 10 minutes, but I will never forget how it was made. So that being said, in my group, a few people were saying some people had influence, their beliefs were stronger, that's why it didn't work. All kinds of false information. Very false. So I'm going to clarify. As I've explained, every single human being on earth are your walking thought bubbles. There's nothing but consciousness. It's all God. Nothing but that exists. If you can think of people like little walking thought bubbles, little points of perception, all are you. All are you. But the conglomerate of these experiences that make other bodies appear are you. They're your thoughts. You never, it's all God's mind. I don't understand how you guys don't see it, but of course you didn't have my experience, right? All right, so it's all your thoughts, you guys. All of it. You're in the God mind. You're the source perception outside of space and time. Your mirror neurons make the illusion of others, but the illusion of others represent all of your experiences made into different patterns and give you different points of perception within the all is now timeline. So the reason that when you are creating something, you don't want to share it with others isn't because they can influence in the traditional sense of the word. It's because everyone represents your thoughts. So what happens? Do you remember what I said 3D is? What you don't want and what you do want all at the same time? So what you don't want must be there. It's floating around. You're the veil. You're the only thing in there. You're the only thinker in the box. Everyone else is a guest in your construct. Your world is the unified verse that makes the universe. You are at a center. God wants you to know that. The 3D world exists, okay? We share the construct. We agreed to be guests inside so that we can all discover this power. But the reason you don't tell others is because if your construct is not solid enough, you will get influenced by the 3D. These still represent your thoughts, your doubts, your inability to get to the other side. They have to be there. The contrast must exist so you can get to the other side. You cannot miss your mark, and you must understand that the whole construct runs on autopilot. So then the most important thing is for you to control your mind. If you do not control your mind, you are fucked. I'm sorry. I don't mean this any other way. But see, the reason you are fucked is because, see, 3D gets to tell you what to do. That's why I use those words. Forgive me. But it's the difference between being the servant or the creator. Remember, you cannot be both. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve two masters. Do you hear me? It's one or the other. So which one are you? Are you the creator? Or are you its bitch? Those are the two options. I don't have any other way to say it. I have no other way to say it. Which one are you? Because if you allow things out there to choose you, you're its servant. This state exists. It was explained as in Moses. Moses was born into slavery and into royalty. You have to choose which one. Are you the ruling class elite that understands the design, that runs on autopilot, that you master, that you control the whole thing because that's the only God power there is? Or are you playing a small role in the construct? You can have either. There is no judgment. But if you want to reach the level of happiness that no matter what happens, you're still... If you want to lose all desire so that you can have whatever you want instantly, like I'm saying, I want a cup of coffee. There it appears. Someone gives it to me for free. Oh, I want a car. Boop, there it is. It's instant. When you know you are the operant power. But if you forget, you are missing the mark. You are missing the mark. Do you hear me? I want everyone here in this group to understand how much power they have. You have this power. The whole 3D construct is made by your box, okay? I have a Cindy box, there's an Angel box, there's a Terry box, there's a, okay? All of these little boxes, these little 3Ds, this represents the quantum entanglement of the universe because we're all sharing. Okay, but we all serve you. The most important part of the design is getting control of your mind. This is why I tell everyone to do self-inquiry. Okay, I tell everyone to do self-inquiry. Why? Because you are learning how to attach and detach from thoughts in the process. As mindless, as simple as it sounds, it is the most important tool in your arsenal because it's a half second. a half second when you are present, half a second, do you hear me? Half a second in which you decide if you choose your thoughts or they have chosen you. Half a second. You choose your thoughts or they have chosen you. How do you know the difference? If 3D is overwhelming you and making you its servant, you let your thoughts choose you. If you can see that everything is you, that everything is your construct, and you're literally like a puppeteer, you've chosen the right side. And I don't mean that degradingly. Please understand this. When you reach this level of awareness, okay, the coolest thing about this is you don't want to abuse your power. You know every single one of those human beings are you. They're you. They're your body. So you're not abusing it. It's your body. So you have to know that beyond all shadow of a doubt, so that we don't risk the things that are like happening in Cuba where we're dictators. It's not about being a dictator. It's about being the absolute best leader inside your construct. And the best leader is aware. The best leader treats everyone in the construct like they're children. Because they are. They are. Your thoughts created everything outside of you. You are the whole mother freaking thing. God cannot be divided. I don't know how many different ways to say this. God cannot be divided. Everything is everything. To imply there is something else means that you don't understand that you are everything now. To imply that someone else gets to decide what happens in your world, again, missing of the mark. You are the only truth inside your sea of illusion. You are making 3D boxes and you are learning how to become the operant power within it. The best part of the design is this whole thing is imaginary. It's not real. And most times, unless you're me, usually you'll figure it out by the time you die and wake up. You'll remember. Because I'm already dead. I'm aware. Okay? I already know. I defy the laws of the natural known universe all the time because I'm no longer in the construct in the same way. I want all of you to know this power. I want all of you to understand how it works. Every time you say, but he or she thinks this, but she does that, but he does this, that, and the third, understand this, please. Those are your beliefs that the 3D is animating. That's why it's there, for you to understand it. It works perfectly every single time when you understand this. But you move as a whole unit. And it's not solipsism. It's not. Because solipsism would imply that no one else matters and that you are the only shit in there. Which, I know that sounds what I said, but not exactly. I said the whole thing is your body, which means everything in it is still you. That's how the karma is automated, how cause and effect is automated, how whatever you think you're doing to someone else, you're actually doing to yourself. This is how you cannot forget. It's the best, most beautiful design in the whole world if you just understand what God is trying to share with you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful because it's all you. But you must realize you are the whole universe now. You must realize you're the operant power in your imaginary 3D box, and you must become the ruling class elite in it. It's a life beyond suffering. It's a life beyond suffering. If you want to understand what that's like, then please hear me. It's a life beyond suffering. Why would it be a life beyond suffering? Well, it's very, very simple. If everything is you, and you've loved yourself enough to discover you're the constant, you've discovered your God power has been activated, and now everything is your construct to act accordingly. But if you think that others influence you, that's incorrect. If you allow someone to tell you, oh, we've placed a curse on you and now you're in trouble and let me remove that curse for you, again, those represent your beliefs and the people are animating your beliefs. And yes, you can have that experience. There is no judgment of it, but understand the whole construct is you. That's why they appear that way. Can you guys follow along with what I'm saying? The whole thing is you. You have to act and move like God to have God power. So if you're saying, oh, my grandma's beliefs were stronger than mine, your grandmother is your past life existing with you now. Your clue as to who you are, where your unconscious beliefs come from. But that grandmother is you. You. I know because I carry my grandmother in here. She's not going nowhere. She makes the illusion of all kinds of other people for me, but she's not going nowhere. She's right here. See, for me, people don't die. They just return right here. And then the mind light that I have makes the illusion, recycles that memory of my dead loved one and turns it into another body. But because I know I can never be fooled again, I know that that is my dead loved one playing another role in my life because we can't die. The whole thing is an illusion. You are the only truth. You are the only truth. I swear on my life, I'm willing to be murdered for it. I don't care. I'm still going to tell you the truth, because if someone wants to murder me for telling you how to empower you, no problem. I'll just pick up another body and I'll start again. You think that this isn't my first rodeo? I've been here for thousands of years spreading this message. All of them. Marcus Aurelius, Plato, all of them. You are everything. We shared that. It's true. I'm not special. You guys just don't remember this yet. When you do, you'll understand. You are everything. You've always been everything. The whole thing runs on your power. Do not give that away. Please hear me. That's what you can't serve two masters means. But if you're a good leader, you'll understand the mystery of Christ and the Father being the same exact image, being the only image. The only image. Doesn't matter what you call it, Christ or God, Krishna, Horus, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The design is the same. The characters' names can change. Because we are the illusion. These bodies, these walls of flesh, the most beautiful thing is the only thing we have done is rearrange light particles and make walls of flesh. You want to know how I know? Look at me. I'm freaking melting because I finally let go of my fat girl concept. I believed that I was going to be chunky all my life. I didn't know that. Okay? I let that go, and I realized that my body is simply showing up as I now believe. That's how present, that's how much power you have. There are no others in the sense that everyone is equally God, but everyone represents your construct. You are here to discover it, how to create your construct, because real eternal life begins at this point. Literally begins at this point. You are deciding when you wake up from the dream forever. You are deciding, but I promise you this, if you allow 3D to make you its servant, you are still upholding the wrong end of the dream. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Everything you see outside is your construct made real. Until you realize what your construct is, you don't have power over it. So your only job is to make the unconscious visible so you can have power over it. You have the power to change it, because you remember what I said, you're acting like the veil. On this side unwanted, on this side wanted, and they circle around you in an infinite circle that looks like it's going in a straight line, but it's all happening now. You're in the middle. And then you as the veil decide what components you're going to use. But here's the best part. If you're facing the wrong way on the unwanted stuff, what happens to your desire? It gets stronger because your heart is pulling you towards your desired state while you're looking with your brain onto the undesired state. So that even when in the middle of the worst that is happening, your desire is getting stronger. That is by design, because at some point you're going to have to stop being double-minded, and you're going to have to unify your heart and your mind in order for the two to become one. The two to become one, what does that mean? It means in order for your thought construct, for your self-conception, and the source of that conception to become one thing. It's not complicated at all. It's not. The only reason I can describe it with the words that I would use on a 5-year-old to describe it is because God literally. That would be the whole thing. I love that. Right? That's why if you notice, when I explain how to manifest, I use the Bible so much, because that's the purest way. That's the purest, most clearest set of instructions. But I could just as easily use the Veda because it's the same words. The same words. I can use the Tao, Tao Te Ching. Same words. There is nothing new under the sun. The design is the design. As a people, we are here to discover this so that we can begin the golden age. I know y'all thought that this was, as in the heaven on earth. What the hell do you think we're doing? Let it be in heaven as it is on the 3D plane. Let it be in heaven as it is in the 3D plane. For those of you that don't know, I'm referring to our Father. And most people have prayed that prayer. The clue is in that prayer. You are here to bring heaven to earth. It's already here. So how do you get there? The ultimate God goal. You get here by not serving two masters, by remembering you are in your own mind and that your body is simply the tool in which you have created a wall of flesh so that you can interact and have your experiences. But everything you believe, you are animating. Everything you believe, the people show up as guests in your constructs to show you what you believe. That's the only thing on display. There is nothing else. It's a blank canvas. It's a blank canvas. Time and space are like little light particles that stand as infinite potentials. Everything exists within those infinite potentials. You are choosing which to animate. This makes the dead come alive. So I say this because some of you are waiting for your lover to notice you. Some of you are waiting for someone to choose you. Some of you are actually allowing 3D to decide while you pine around sad because some outcome hasn't happened. You see how you're missing your mark? The only one to convince is you. If you are waiting for your lover to choose you, understand how double-minded that is. Wanting to be loved and being loved are two different vibrations. See, if I want to be loved, clearly I'm in my head and not in my heart, where the love is overflowing because I'm already this. So if I want to be loved, where am I not? I'm not in the heart space where my lover is waiting for me. You following along? I'm not in the heart space where my lover is waiting for me. Why? Because the division that you all see when you think you are seeing someone separate from you is made in here, in your skull. So if I'm desiring to be loved, what is the dominant thought that I am thinking? I am not with my lover, and I really want my lover to choose me. Incorrect. Incorrect. Because where is your lover? If you understand the face of God, God cannot be divided. So your lover is inside the construct down here in your heart space where you're supposed to remember that they're waiting for you. But the division and the illusion of time and space and the fact that they're not there, your construct still. And you're living in your head space, not in your heart space. Why is heart-brain coherence so important? Because your heart has to be the seeing eye dog for your brain. If 3D is a dog that you must train, then your heart and mind is the trainer. And until those two things are aligned, the two cannot be one, so the dog will not do what you want it to do. It's such a simple concept. It's such a simple concept. But if you are missing someone, you are focusing a minimum of 51% or more on their absence. 51% or more on their absence. And here's what you're doing. You're desiring their love, but you're affirming their absence. Heart and mind, not in the same place. Mind's here, heart's here. The space in between creates the illusion that you are not in the same space as your lover. It's true. I said time and space are made by you. You have that much power. I figured it out, you guys. This is why I don't want anything. Recently, I was asked that question. All these people that preach non-duality and stuff like that, and they talk about not wanting desires and you get afraid of losing your desire, but that's the point. If you lose your desire, why would you lose your desire, you guys? Why would you lose it? Because your brain knows you already have it. You can't desire what you already have. So if you fear losing your desire, what are you doing? Missing your mark, creating a separation that's not there, and that's why you don't have what you don't have. It makes sense. It makes sense. I can break it down into the easiest thing. That's why you guys call me. It makes sense when you understand it. However, when the two become one, when the eye becomes a foot, when the foot becomes a hand, when you rearrange it, Another way to put it is in the Gospel of Thomas, it talks about the carcass and the raising of the dead. That's because your entire constructs animates the dead matter. It is dead matter. You are the whole intelligence inside of that. You and only you. But until you take ownership of that, you will live in a world that you feel out of control out of. And if you are in that world, I guarantee you, you're not owning your power as creator. And so that is why you're on the wrong end, and it feels as if things are happening to you, and it feels as if people have a mind of their own, and blah, 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 blah. Yes, because you give them life with your construct. It's an easy way to see it. It's the easiest thing to do. It's the easiest thing to see. God wants you to know that. So I get to be the voice because apparently I was the one that got to see the whole design. This is cool. I don't mind. Maybe because I'm ballsy enough to say it. And I don't care. I don't care who judges me. I don't care who thinks I'm crazy. I don't care who thinks I'm delusional. I don't care. I don't care. I'm the same one that if I want money to appear in my account, I fall asleep saying the money's there. In the morning it is. By whatever means necessary. Whether it comes through a client, whether it comes through paid bills, whether it comes through just higher balances in my account. You notice that? You hear that? That instant? That's what I want you to have. When you have instant like that, it's because you have no more resistance. You have no more fear. You don't fear yourself as creator. You're not allowing your thoughts to rob you. In the Gospel of Thomas, again, because I'm going to give you guys a Gospel of Thomas seminar. I hope you guys attend soon. In the Gospel of Thomas, again, it says, protect against the thieves and robbers. The thieves and robbers are your negative thoughts. And yes, they can rob you if you give them life. That's why you have to be vigilant in your thoughts. That's why you have to meditate. That's why you have to control your mind. That's what you're doing. You have to develop the discipline not to let your ego make you its servant. Your ego must be its personal assistant. I keep insisting on this. I'm not saying your ego is your enemy. I'm saying it's your assistant. And it's the best one you're ever going to have in your life. All right? Now, please remember this the next time you're tempted to say, I'm still waiting for the love of my life to find me. Or the next time you say, oh, but he or she, you tell me the story. None of that's real. None of that's real. That's what you're animating. I wish I could describe what it's like to live without suffering. I wish I could put its value in words. All I can tell you is it's priceless. You don't get sick. Nothing bothers you. Nothing bothers you. The tree can fall in front of your house. Let it go. It was meant to happen. The next moment's going to be even better. Don't judge. You were told that from the beginning. All of this is in the Bible. Genesis told you don't eat that apple or you will die there. What the hell do you think that means? If I judge this construct, that's where I will live. I go down with the ship. So if I say, oh, that person sucks, that person must suck because I said that and therefore I experience it. I die there. I live there. It's such a simple concept, you guys. It's all in the Bible. I wish you could see what I see. Because if you understood how much power you have, you'd never worry about a thing. You'd never desire anything anymore. Because you just say, okay, listen, I need this, this, and this. Personal assistant, can you go get it for me? Okay. God's going with you. Thanks, God. End the story. Then you go and you go live your life and you're present to your moments. You know that your package of whatever you've ordered is on its way. That's how you get to the other side. You guys are here to understand your desires, God's will. If you are not aligning with it, then you're missing your mark. You are here, despite your own construct, to get through your valley of death, undesired things, to the other side, armed with your truth. It's in the music. There are clues everywhere. The universe itself is made of your thoughts. It is speaking all the time. I don't understand how you guys can't see it when all of it is you. It's talking to you in loud volumes. When the hawk flies across, that means something. When the rabbit jumps across, there's abundance in your way. When you see a deer, that's unconditional love making an appearance to remind you that you are covered. The universe is speaking so loudly all the time. There's no way you can miss it. How? How? When you're its creator. It's the... How do I explain how beautiful it is to know that you're the whole thing? I don't know how else to say it. Except to say this. Stop forgetting you're the operant power. When doubts creep in, and doubts are represented by people, it's okay. Love them. Accept them, but don't attach to them. That's what self-inquiry is about. Learning not to attach. Learning to control that half second before you slip into a new illusion. I hope that helps. I hope you take it in. This is how it works. I swear on my life, may lightning strike me down. God chose me. Why? I don't know. I don't know. But I do know this. I'm the one bold enough not to give a fuck and tell you guys how it's done. Maybe that's why. Who knows? Please don't forget you're the operant power. Don't do that to yourself. Don't be a servant to 3D. Be kind in your approach. Be Bambi God, not Godzilla. But no, it's your construct. Alright, you guys. Someone wants to go to the park? I gotta go. I love you. Please, please, please hear what I'm saying. It's always you. And it's beautiful. You guys are amazing, perfect, perfectly made creatures. Every single last one of you are walking perfection. Swear on my life, God didn't mess up. We're the only ones that would judge God's perfect creation and say that God messed up. But if you're doing that, you're going against God's will. Judging what's not there. Especially because the only thing you're made of is little light particles that you rearrange and turn into a wall of flesh. This is why I'm beyond illness. You reach this level of your awareness, you'll never regret it. And I'll stand here for long. You guys realize I exist in 13D and all kinds of Ds. I'm everywhere. I talk to creatures on other planets. I'm doing all kinds of things that I don't even talk to you guys about, but I do, okay? What am I doing, however? I'm getting everybody to 5D, because if I can get you to 5D, you control your 3D, and what you do from there is up to you. That's my mission, to serve as the bridge to get you guys to heaven. Heaven is all of your dreams come true. So if you're not listening, it's because you don't want your dreams. Because I promise you that's what's on the other side. If you get this, you can have whatever you want. If you get this, nothing will ever make you its servant again. If you get this, you'll be serving the right master. You. All right, I gotta go. I love you.